the very same social media platform the governor will use to officially launch his presidential run in less than 24 hours.
At 6 p.m. tomorrow, the speculation is scheduled to end when the governor makes his planned announcement during a social media event with Twitter owner Elon Musk.
Ari Height joins us now after gathering some local reaction to this pending campaign launch, and Ari, getting some indication about why social media could work in the governor's favor.
You know, normally when a person announces their candidacy for any office, they do it in front of a cheering crowd, but that is not the path Governor Ron DeSantis is choosing to take. And the expert I spoke to tonight says he expects more and more candidates to choose that same path.
It was the worst kept secret in politics, and on Wednesday, it becomes official when Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to announce he is running for president, much to the delight and disappointment of those walking through downtown Stuart.
I would love to have him as president, but I don't want to lose him as governor.
I think he loves the state of Florida, and he's done an incredible job in the state of Florida.
I think if he's done a good job as governor, he could do a good job as president.
DeSantis' announcement will be different from others in that it reportedly will come on social media during a conversation on Twitter with Elon Musk.
I'm not surprised.
Kevin Wagner is a political science professor at Florida Atlantic University and the author of a book called Tweeting to Power, which examines the rise of social media in politics.
I think what you see increasingly is that politicians use social media as a way to talk directly to voters and to potential voters in a way that gets rid of the gatekeeping function of the mainstream media.
In other words, DeSantis will get to design his message and deliver it to the audience exactly the way he wants to.
I think increasingly the way you win elections in this country is to sort of identify the voters that you think are most receptive to your message, get them excited and get them turned out in high numbers. And social media is very, very good at doing that.
And Wagner says there is, of course, a balance here. By going on Twitter, DeSantis will not get the attention he might get if multiple television outlets were carrying his announcement live. But given who DeSantis is and the attention he already gets, it's a trade DeSantis can probably afford to make. Reporting live, Ari Height, WPBF 25 News.